All right, we're here with Jett and Hunter Lawrence. We did a little lap time challenge with AJ Catanzaro today, and it was about what I expected, but it sparked something in my mind to talk to these guys a little bit about in their opinion, what's it take to go, my lap time would put me just maybe barely qualifying for the gate, right? It's about a 5 to 6 seconds to the... Yeah, and I haven't raced since 2014, right? So that gap is different. Obviously, the tracks are a lot different, right? So that gap may be bigger on something that's a little rougher and harder to ride. But in your guys' opinion, what would it take for a guy like that to bridge that gap, even say halfway, right? Because even the guys in 10th at some point can be 2 to 3 off, right? Still. Yeah, so if you want to go, Hunter.
Yeah, so it's tough because every track's different, so some tracks it could just be like a sand track, for example. If your technique's a lot better, you're technically correct, you ride a bike efficiently, your lap times are going to be better than someone that uses a lot of muscle to ride the bike. So, but as far as qualifying lap times, I mean speed, it's because there's guys out there that have been riding probably the same time, same amount of years and time that me and Jett have been riding bikes, but they're a few seconds off, and it comes down to what we've done in the past few years. It's so hard to get in 1 year, depending on what level you are, to find that extra thing. But racing every second of the track, every millimeter of the track, you want to race. So it's tough. You can break it down into sections. You could follow another guy. A lot of guys do that. They have the speed, but it's I've done it a few times. You have trouble getting out there and just cracking it all on one lap. I'm more of a consistency guy, and I like to build throughout the moto and have my best laps at the end of the moto. So qualifying is something I struggle with, but this year we've been doing really well. I've been top 5 pretty much I think every round except one, maybe I think which was a 6 or something. So qualifying's been really good, but yeah, it's
there's a lot.
Bit of everything. It's literally it's too much to put in one video.
Yeah. You got anything, Jett?
It's not like it's rocket science with qualifying and that. You have to put one hot lap down and make sure you don't make so many mistakes. It's just nothing crazy. Just go as fast as you can around that track and get as low a time you can. Like I just said then, it's really good to have every sector on the track be all really good, because a lot of times some people do their fastest sector on the first lap or second lap, and then their sector 2 it would be on their 4th or 5th lap, and it really helps getting all of sector 1, 2, 3 and 4 all on that one lap, which helps because most of the time if you look on paper after, it'll show you your ideal lap. It'll be okay, your lap time that you did was a 1:49, but your ideal lap would have been a 1:48 or 1:47 if you got all your sectors right. So we focus a lot on trying to get every single sector good on our hot lap, because that can take you very far with hot laps, that's for sure.
I think from my perspective too, just to add a little bit too, I think it's so many little things as those seconds get closer and closer. A guy that hasn't been hurt in a while and has that consistent amount of hours on the bike, he has a good team behind him. He's got people that are really driven behind the scenes to make these little increments better, right? For the privateers, it's a little different story, right? It's a bit harder to bridge that gap when it's just you working, right? But it's definitely doable. We've seen it 100 times. Someone come, privateer, they start putting in results, factory ride, okay, they're championship contender. Not 100 times, but it can happen is what I'm saying. But I think there's a lot of little pieces in it, and I have no plans to try to bridge the gap. Gonna keep making these videos and enjoying my life, but that's about all I got. Is that all you guys got for that? Yeah, I think that's it. It's realistically, it gets harder and harder the faster you go to make those tenths, right? 6 seconds is a lot, right? Especially when you're dropping the gate with the same class, right? If it was maybe I was B class at Loretta's, they were 6 seconds a lap faster, and they're racing pro, that makes a little more sense. When you're dropping the same gate, that's a lot of time, especially over a 12, 13 lap race. So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming out and talking a little bit.